Look at that tree. It's the season, right? Stop for Christmas, Baba. Zip, zero, nada. Yeah, John, I know. I don't make up the rules. Looks disappointing. Oh. I guess Reed has been saying that he's predicting 5 feet by Monday. I don't know. I see they moved the football game to Detroit. And who are you people that unsubscribed from me? That's a lot of snow. I'd love to go see that much snow. And I would try to go there, but my car is not the right vehicle. We could take Amtrak. Let's see if we can get stuck on the train somewhere in New York. Oh, 30 degrees out. Oh. Oh. It's a free hat. I've never had an Ohio State hat. I don't think I've ever had any Ohio State anything. All right. Yep. You're good. Thanks. All right.
You're welcome. Do you need anything? I'll bring some coffee.
No,
Okay.
thanks. Ready for the flyover? Ooh. No, 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 no. Oh, look at that gooey goodness. Ooh, mushrooms. Mm. This is the Sicilian omelet. Let's see if it's any different. I don't think I've ever had it. I wonder if that guy ever got his pizza I delivered at 5 a.m. or get passed out from too much pot. I left it on the couch. I didn't come out till after 3. I couldn't. I've been in so bad. I don't know. Lately, I've been not with it. Went to that 7-Eleven again. No matter who works there, they're all morons. I'm sorry. How hard is it to put an order together? You know, I stood there and watched them grab 3 different bags, look at 4 different pieces of paper to find my order. How hard is that? I don't get it. Are they all on? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's pretty sad. Girl asked to look at my phone 6 times. Finally, she goes, okay, we got that order. Then this other guy that's in there working, he's like, he's got bags lined up, I finally noticed. He's got orders lined up, but he keeps looking at them and like looking at them. And then he goes over to some basket by the printer and pulls all these receipts up and it's like, how is this so hard? Yeah, well, can't take them off my list, but you know, sometimes there's good money going there, but oh my God, it's terrible. It was 2 orders, and then they finally gave me the order. I don't even know if it's the right one. No clue, because it's not my job. And I get to the guy who ordered the pizza, 7-Eleven pizza, and he doesn't answer his phone. I had to stand out there for 5 minutes before I could take off. Left his food on the porch. You don't give me the apartment number. I don't know what door to bang on. I'm not banging on multiple doors at 4 in the morning. Something like that. Passed out high, yep. TV turned up crazy loud. Got his earphones on. Who knows? Maybe a little hot sauce, huh? Did I eat dinner? No. I got up at 3 this morning and I had a banana and some of my nuts and junk food. Oh, this This is breakfast. Breakfast for breakfast. This is the Sicilian omelet. No, I'm up for breakfast. Breakfast for breakfast. Here's a great ad. Nuisance Animal Removal, LLC. Guaranteed bat removal. Dead animal removal. Humane removal. Full home inspections. All repairs. Skunks and bats. We get them. He's at home. I let him out for a little before I left. And before I left, he was already back by the door. He's like, it's too cold. You still here, Baba? Linda was saying this morning that BWI was packed. Packed. This morning. Is who getting along? Because vacation's starting early. The cats. Oh, I don't know, man. I just heard about that. He said, you're going to have to work. So, would you quit just because somebody says you're going to have to work hard? I don't know. It's a shit show, apparently. I liked somebody's post on Twitter yesterday. Get ready for the biggest data breach in history. Yeah. I don't know. I've never heard of what it's like to work for Tesla or SpaceX, so I don't know what it's like for those companies. Oh yeah, unencrypted. That could be a real treasure trove of shit, couldn't it? It should be against the law what he's been doing to that company and to the employees. I guarantee you some Harvard professor is already writing a new course curriculum. This will be studied forever. Oh. Yeah. Still should be illegal. You'll probably see some lawsuits out of all this for sure. Oh.
I think I know what I want.
Oh, okay.
I used to go to a bar in Tremont very regularly, and parking lot was across the street. And I would pull in my big white truck, big step van.
Uh-huh.
And even as crowded as the place was, if Dave was working the bar, he's tall enough to see over everybody. So I get there one weekend night, I'm sure, because it was packed. I literally had to elbow through the door to get in.
Yeah.
There was one seat left at the bar. I sat down, and literally as I sat down, there was my cocktail. And this guy looks at me next to me. He looks at me, looks at the drink. He's like, "How'd you do that?" I go, "I'm a regular." He goes, "I am too." I go, "Not regular enough." But Dave used to, he could see my truck and he knew what I drank. And it's like, it was so much, that was just like the perfect moment, not regular enough. Yeah, those were good times.
What do you have? One of those big,
got more coffee. She snuck it in.
You have one of those F-150s.
No, a bread truck.
How much do those things run?
A bread truck?
Yeah.
You can buy them used for, I don't know, depends, 5, 10, 20 grand, They're expensive new. But they last forever.
How much are they new?
Oh, it depends, I mean,
Well,
60 probably now,
50?
50, 60. I mean, my buddy's, he just bought a new Dodge Ram 150 or 1500 or whatever they call it. Not the tallest, not the longest. And out the door it was 47,000. And that's not near as big as a step van.
Now, is that 4-door or 2-door?
His van,
I've seen 4-door.
well, no, he's just got a 2-door slider and then the rear doors,
Now, how much more did they hit you for the 4-door?
A van they don't make. That's a van. They don't make a 4-door van like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That goes to show you how many trucks I bought.
That's okay. But yeah, some of the pickup trucks have a lot of the 4-door models. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, how much did they run? Do you have any idea?
Some of them pickup trucks are $70,000, $80,000. It's crazy money. It's crazy money.
Yeah, when I went in to buy a car, I was looking for an SUV, and the salesman was giving me all this crap. And I said, all this is a gussied up truck,
Right.
Because I had to bring the conversation down to the level that I like, which means truck equals less money.
Right. Oh yeah, trucks are, yeah. But yeah, his van, when he bought that Dodge, he had to pay $2,000 extra just because they wanted it.
I had
Wow.
I
No.
lost the cap on my tooth, so I'm into the dentist, and here's this young gal, dental assistant. I don't know how this subject got to cars and everything. She says, oh, I won't buy anything with a new car. I said, I probably make about 5 to 10 times more than you do, and I can't afford a new car. How can you afford one?
Because they think they need it. I can't afford it. I can't even afford a good used car right now.
You take a 10-15% loss from the day you take it home from the showroom to your garage.
Right.
Give me a break. It's stupid. Not only that, but now with they have records and everything. You know what the service history of the vehicle is.
Right.
And if you deal with the dealership, I always suggest to my clients never anything but the dealership, because I'm firmly convinced that the dealers get rid of the bad ones on the trades and they sell them to the used car lots.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of wholesaling now.
And they keep the good ones.
Yeah, there's such a big market in the wholesale world, moving cars around.
Yeah.
Yep.
People have ideas. Sometimes I scratch my head.
Oh, hey, Dano here. Yo-yo. Toronto in the house.
Oh, you're checking, huh?
Oh, no, I'm talking to my phone.
Oh, okay.
I live stream, so I'm answering people's comments. Interesting. New traffic crossing system in place. Cleveland has its first one starting like today. Oh, soon it will be at, it's called Hawk, High Intensity Activated Crosswalk. Let's see how it works here. Turn the camera out. Hawk signal. There you go, John. If I can get this phone to work, it's been terrible this morning. Okay, get this thing to work. High intensity activated crosswalk.
The pedestrian hybrid beacon, also known as the signal, normally shows dark indications to vehicular traffic and a solid hand indication signifying don't walk to pedestrians. Once the pedestrian pushes the crosswalk button, the Hawk wakes up by displaying flashing yellow to vehicular traffic. It then goes to solid yellow, which, similar to a normal traffic signal, means the signal is about to turn red. The pedestrian continues to see the don't walk signal. After the Hawk turns solid red, the pedestrian signal changes to walk. Using caution, the pedestrian may now legally begin crossing. After the walk phase, a flashing don't walk phase accompanied by a numerical countdown will begin. Pedestrians may finish crossing if they had already started, but they may not start from the sidewalk. Vehicular traffic sees flashing red. Each vehicle must stop, but then may proceed if safe to do so without endangering pedestrians or other traffic.
Interesting. Interesting. I know where we need a couple of those. And this is not in a, I would say, a heavily trafficked location. It's a tricky location, but it's not heavily pedestrian, I don't think. Clevelanders are terrible, man. They just drive through everything. They drive at you. Need one of these down. There's one spot downtown. We need one of these. I almost got run over there by a tow truck. Grub is always good. I like this omelet, Sicilian omelet. Sicilian. Got sausage. Italian sausage. Well, Dano, at least we're on the right side of the lake. Or I should say the right side of the storm. Because I'm on the bad side of the lake, but I'm not going to get, might get a couple inches. That's a nickname a friend of mine gave me. And so he bought me some t-shirts, sweatshirts. Eeyore. Oh, I'm burning up. It's so warm in here now. Oh, I gotta get this. I got 3 layers on. I'm starting to
Oh no.
burn up now.
Some of those layers off.
I gotta take one of these off. Oh, hey, Ken. So I could be your father. We had that discussion the other night. One gloomy guy. That's me. All right, I gotta stand up to do this. Oh, too many layers on. It was cold this morning though.
What's that?
I'm talking to myself. Just too many layers on. I'm burning up now. It, too many
Do
layers.
you work?
Yeah, I'm an electrician, bunch of things.
So,
I do some
you
delivering.
can be outside.
Yeah, sometimes, but overnight I'll do delivering, food deliveries and stuff. Oof, but I get warm. I'm real warm-blooded, but every now and then we all come down with like, oh my God, it's so cold out.
I know.
And no matter what you do, you can't get warm. So I overdressed today. Now I'm burning up. I think I have to go on my buddy's roof today, so.
My father used to be when he was alive, had a heating and air conditioning business. And he ran into this fellow who was a school teacher, who was moonlighting doing electrical work. And then he became, I guess, what is it, a master electrician?
Well, Ohio, sort of has those. Some states have that designation, really. Ohio doesn't. You're either like an electrician or you're not. If you can pass the state test, you're an electrician. Unions might have some designations that they use,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do plumbing work. I just changed 2 hot water tanks, furnace repair. Take care of stuff in my buddy's big building. I got to go on the roof today, make sure a pipe is drained because it's going to start freezing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
this fellow, he wasn't doing a job for my father, but somebody else, and he had a helper. And he thought the line was full.
Oh,
Ends up totally disabled, wheelchair over.
oh, he got hurt bad, huh? Oh my God. Yeah, as I say to people about electricity, it's invisible. It doesn't care if you're rich, poor, black, white, from Florida or Cuba,
Right.
it's there. So when you're working, doing construction type things, the statement should always be in your foremind is, you know who Murphy is, right?
Who?
Murphy.
Yeah.
So is Murphy, okay, Murphy's always on the job, but is he clocked in or on break? Okay? Because,
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
he's always there, and, so there's this whole meme thing going around on Instagram and TikTok, and the guy, it's this Hispanic guy, he says, he's calling his boss, hey George, the new guy, how much you pay for the new guy? $20? Not. And it's always a video of something failing epically, some big disaster. Guy's flipped his truck over, he's dumped a load of concrete in the wrong place. And that's the shame that there's that much of that out there. But
That's right.
I try to be very careful when I'm working on ladders. Ladders are dangerous. Electricity. So you might not get killed from the electricity, but say you're on a ladder, you'll get hurt from the fall. Because it's going to startle you and you're going to fall.
I have workers' compensation on my home. My home. Casual labor,
Right.
somebody comes over to wash the windows, my wife has a cleaning lady,
Right.
the kid next door.
anything
not gonna
happens.
take a chance.
Right, right. You know, it's probably not that expensive of an add-on, but,
It costs me maybe about, I declare about 2,500 a year.
Right.
It costs me, I think, about 100, less than 150.
cheap insurance, but yeah. But yeah, when you have people in your place of business, you know, or, you know, your house is your place of business, you know, there's all kinds of risk, you know. I mean, in my whole life, working in mostly multi-million-dollar houses on the east side, I never broke anything, you know. I mean, I didn't step through an attic and fall into the bedroom, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I punched the ceiling out in a closet once, but it was a closet, and it only came down but when you're in an attic, very dangerous spaces, you know, and you know, 40 years of crawling around attics doing alarm wiring and electrical wiring.
The problem is, if you become big, you start working for some of these developers,
Oh,
and all they want is cheap.
cheap. You have to tell me. I worked for a number of people over the years. You know, it's sad. They just beat you up. It's like, you know, it's like Home Depot. They have these big meetings in a city. They'll bring all these vendors in, and they put you in that booth, you in that room, you in that room, you in that room. Then they're going to go from one to the other, playing musical chairs. Oh, but Frank can give it to me for $6.
Yeah.
And they pit you all against each other because you don't want to lose 100,000 units. You know, it's sad. I mean,
Right.
that once I learned that they did that, I was like, wow. You know, yeah. And I've got numerous friends who lost businesses when they worked for big contractors doing big jobs in downtown, like the stadium back in the day, and things like that. You know, companies go bankrupt because the big guy, he can control the paperwork and how he thinks you should be paid, and he can challenge everything that you do.
You know Di Bartolo.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of him.
Oh yeah, Youngstown,
Di
baby.
Bartolo wasn't the only one.
Right.
They would develop something, and then they would say, you know, this isn't going the way we thought it was, and we can only pay you 25%.
Well, look at Mr. Trump. He did. There's endless videos of people documented how he beat them up. Endless.
I was there at the negotiations, and they had an auditorium full of subs.
Right.
Yeah. And it was, everybody has to agree. Everybody has to agree. Yeah, not even close.
Right.
The big boys said this.
Right. Somebody who's big enough to
Yeah.
to deal with them or take them to court. Yep.
Then he comes back and he says, I contacted my client, Mr. Di Bartolo, and he agreed to take it up to 40%. That's our last and best offer. And there's wailing, you know, because you know as well as I do, the guy comes home, he says, it was like, honey, now I'm in the big time.
Right.
I finally got the $250,000 contract after I'm doing, you know, 1,000 here,
Right.
1,500 there. Yeah.
It's very hard to jump up. I mean, you know, I do work now also with my friend. He does high-end remodeling, and you know,
Yeah.
we get good money. We get solid good money. You know, we're not bickering. You know, and a lot of jobs he does. And when I used to do stuff like that, I would tell you, look, we can do it two ways. I can try to give you a good flat price, or we can come to an agreement because you trust me, you know me, or T&M. And then I know I'm going to get paid for my time on the job. I'm not going to lose my butt. And if a customer understands the differences, you know, T&M is not always a bad way to go.
Well, but most people
They want a number.
look at the number.
Yep.
As opposed to the quality of the work.
Right.
And that's where they get.
Well, if you talk to anybody, like my friend, if you saw pictures of our work, it just, you know, he's got a new client, it's a machine company. They make parts, high-end parts.
Mhm.
They have an ISO rating, and they're spending some money on themselves now. And so we came in and painted their offices in one night. They're like, how did you do that? He rebuilt their he made them a conference room, sorry. He
Boy,
cleaned,
you're into all the trades, aren't you?
well, yeah, I mean, me and him, there's nothing we can't do if we were to come into your house, for example. From high-end tile work, glass door showers, electric, plaster work, you name it, Robert can do it all. I taught him everything. But I did teach him the electrical, you know, and so now we've got a friend who we went to high school with, him and his buddy have been buying up big houses in big rental markets around the country for vacation rental. Like, there's a big one, and he's got 2 houses in Sevier, Tennessee, or whatever. Sevier, is that the name? It's a big tourist area.
Okay.
You know, they've got them on the beach in South Carolina. They've got them in Florida. They've got a couple in Michigan, the Poconos. So Robert is now going to all these places to do all the repairs and maintenance on these houses. He wants one guy. They're willing to pay him to travel, to go to these places and do the work, because then
Pay
they,
per diem too.
well, whatever, they have a good agreement. But the other thing is, John and his partner, Southern Ohio, Hocking Hills, they're developing 90 acres down there. They bought 90 acres. They're going to build a bunch of cabins on them. That's a big tourist area. And Robert's going to run the project, be down there kind of a lot to pay attention to it. And his deal will be he'll get a cabin out of the project. That's a heck of a, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's good people to work for. I've worked for great people over the years. And then there's a lot of people that are just, you know, a lot of the guys I subbed for doing especially alarm work, you're just working for wages barely, you know. I mean, you put so much time in
Yeah.
and you don't get paid for what you really should have. I should have gone in with I had a couple guys who wanted me to be their partners in their businesses, and their businesses are, you know, 7, 8 figures now. I could have been there, but, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right, you know.
And you know, the other thing too is when you go into, if you're local, if you go into different communities.
Oh, it's hard.
They know you.
Right.
And,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yep. Right. And so, and then I had a big setback. I lost a truck 5-6 years ago. I had a truck stolen. I lost $100,000.
you didn't have it insured?
It wouldn't even matter. It was an older vehicle, but it had $100,000 of contents. Trying to cover tools, mechanical tools, is obscene insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Almost nobody I know
Like
has.
jewelry in your home.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I installed many safes for people in very secret locations in their houses. You would have a hard time finding it, because, yeah, you know, yeah, they still like their jewelry, but, you know, it drove me nuts at some of those houses, because every time I went outside, the door locked. So I'd have to knock on the door to get back in.
You read about that guy, there was a contractor in, I think in the near west side, and he took out a wall and he finds like 140,000.
That was just 5 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
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 That was a cool story. I wonder if he got to keep part of it, or did they figure out whose it was? Because there's a, you know, a way that goes through a process for you to claim it.
I think it was about the third purchaser too.
Oh, beautiful. Look at the old Buick. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see through it.
I can't turn my neck.
Oh, yeah. It was like a 56 Buick on a flatbed tow truck. It was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've never found, the only thing I've found is like, you know, a 6-pack of beer in the attic, or somebody was up there drinking, you know.
My father found a couple of lamps in an attic. He's down in like the Glenville area. He bought the lamps from the woman and said, I think he said $10 a piece.
Were they Tiffany or something like that?
One was.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those things happen, you know.
He didn't know.
Right.
No, he just said the leaded glass and all of
Right.
that, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And somebody didn't like the way it looked in that room.
sure.
You know,
Oh, yeah, I mean, because when I go nosing around in people's houses, I see stuff that they've even forgotten about, you know,
yeah.
because we collect, we're collectors. I mean, I look at my house, I haven't touched some of this stuff in decades, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and you forget you even own it.
What is your name?
I'm Daniel.
Daniel?
Daniel, yeah. Daniel.
Clayton. You know, Cassius Clay, my name's Clayton.
I used to know Clayton really well. His son is their family's one that owns, Summit Motorsports, like racetrack, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Clayton, we used to eat, many meals together.
Well, you should buy my house when it's up for sale. Because I know I've got a short memory and I have all my gold hidden and I can't remember where I hid it.
I'll find it.
Dan, give me your card if you have one.
I don't have it, I can write it down here. I come here all the time, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whoops, a little bit.
You did.
Talking about doing all kinds of jobs. We used to live on the east side, and eventually we ended up on the west side. And I saw all these roofing outfits, and I puzzled. And then I realized the wind, is tearing up the roofs on these houses on the lake.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a cottage industry because of that.
Well, I worked a lot in Shaker, Pepper, all those neighborhoods. And there's a couple streets up in Shaker and Beechwood that get hit by these winds because they're up on the ridges out there.
Yeah.
And they would, every few years, they'll tear all the houses, they'll tear the trees down out of the streets, and it's almost like clockwork.
Yeah. I just had this a small one.
But yeah, I mean, so like I'm live streaming, so if the weather gets funkier, I'll go down to the lakefront, try to show them waves over the weekend, the waves crashing. But they're asking, do I have any snow? I says, no snow yet. You know?
Yeah.
And Buffalo should get hammered, but it's not collecting as much right now, but. Oh, I know too many things.
Tech and all that. You know, the hardest thing for people to do, and I've been in business a long time, is change. I can have employees working for me. Anytime I suggest a change, it's, the old way is the best way.
Change, I've worked for, I've done a lot of things, so I write building maintenance engineer, like the Gretchen over here, decades ago. I've worked in factories, I've helped friends set up their mortgage businesses up. I've done all kinds of, I've gotten my nose in a lot, I've built
How
restaurants.
many times have you been divorced? That's the question.
Zero.
Really?
I don't have any money. In fact,
You mean you get it and you spend it and you enjoy it, huh?
I'm a shoemaker. I did everybody else's work but my own. So, one of the old girlfriends I still keep in touch with. She's back in Philly now, where she's from, and kind of retired. And I sent her. She's an OBGYN, and I sent her a video from TikTok that I stumbled into. Somebody shared it. And it was a woman talking about she wanted to take her 16-year-old daughter to the gynecologist for her first real ultrasound. But 10 years ago, Jan just told me this, the rules in the medical billing world changed because the insurance companies control how all this works. And if there's not a billing code, you can't get it. At least that way. You have to get it different ways. say, I need a
We
consultation.
call them ICP.
Right,
I don't have many,
So-
but I'll make some. How's that?
and Jan says, it's terrible, but you cannot give a young woman a pap smear or any of those things, a full cervical exam until they're 21, that's when they say you can travel under your insurance. Before that, you will have to find another way to work around it, and, this woman couldn't believe it, same with all the comments, they didn't realize it. Because they're all old enough to have that, when they were 16 or so. It's a shame we're at the mercy of, giant corporations that tell us how to live, you know, they think mom's better, you know?
I ran into it myself, I have I guess it's a disease, it's called keratosis, because of the exposure to the sun, I get,
Right.
lesions, yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I go twice a year to the derm.
Right, get a check, yeah.
So, I never thought about anything, the doctor would examine me, you need to bring out the zapper gun and boom, boom, boom. And then I ran into another doctor, as a result of a snowstorm, I had to go to some other place, and the doctor said, the only ones I can do are your face. She goes, what do you mean, what face? She said, it's the only ones the insurance company will pay for. I said, these other guys, and then I went back to my other doctor and I said, you know, I wanna thank you because I think, you know, you're covering for me. Oh yeah, I put in there that those are bothering you.
That's it, they have to know how to work.
Yeah.
And they want the building, you know, but
Yeah.
it's sad that these games have, these,
Yeah.
semantics have to happen, you know?
And they designate as pre-cancerous, so why wouldn't I address it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And, you know, I know my guy, over here in the clinic now, so they want me, you know, to bend over.
Oh, yeah.
And I should care, you know.
It's only a
It
second.
doesn't bother me. Oh, it doesn't bother doing it. I just
Yeah.
haven't scheduled it because you have to do the couple day fast. Or
I thought you were talking about the anal, not the prostate.
no, I mean the full,
Oh,
the,
yeah, I know.
yes. Yeah, you gotta do a few days fast, so
Yeah.
you gotta be willing to
Right.
prepare for that.
Yeah.
And, but yeah,
You wanna hear a hilarious one about that? My wife is very fastidious about that. Takes care of herself. And it was the barium. So she's there on the table.
I've heard about some of these.
Where is the doctor? You know, he's on his way. Where is the doctor? He's on his way. Where is the doctor? And she goes, I'm telling you, that doctor better get here, okay?
This is
He
on the
said,
way.
he's coming in. He walks in. It's our next door neighbor. And she looks up and she goes, Richard! And he said, okay. He said,
Oh, I thought it was
I'll
a-
get another doctor. She said, oh, no, you won't. You stay right here.
She can't hold it much longer either.
So she came home and she called his wife and she said, I was very intimate with your husband
that's
today.
Oh, yeah, you never know who you're gonna run into somewhere, you know. The world can be small some days.
You've traveled a lot of different roads, man.
You don't know. I have a book in me, if I can sit down and write notes.
Well,
Anyway, good to meet you.
yeah, my pleasure. And,
See you again some morning.
and I can see where you're in demand because if somebody gets you, you know, as a partner, they don't have to be shopping around for other.
Well, Robert's changed what he's doing now.
I like to say artisan, but the word artisan has lost its.
Well, it's lost, but if you saw the kind of work, we don't know how to do bad work wrong. Because we just have good habits. You know, both of us. Have you ever seen these?
data for electrical.
It's a voltage tester, yeah, yeah, so you've seen the voltmeter. So it's not a foolproof tool, it can be a dangerous tool because it can be fooled.
Okay.
The only thing that counts to prove there's electricity there is a meter touching metal to metal.
Okay.
I mean, this is a good tool if you know how to use it. For both of us, carry one no matter where we go, what clothing we're dressed in. And you wouldn't believe how many times, where was I the other day? Oh, picking up food on the east side. And I know the guys there. And they're like, I think he knew how much. You think I gotta do this, make sure that he's got a huge thing like that. Voice that they were gonna take out, it's like a giant job. But it's been there for years.
I just asked for that.
Conduits going through the floor, and Bob, is this thing hot over here? And I'm over and like, oh yeah, it's hot, you know? So, you know, it's like, you know, I'm always willing to help if you ask. So, but yeah, electricity, you gotta be careful. As I always say, I haven't seen a plumber yet. Okay, seen plenty of people working in electricity who gotten hurt.
Always
Hurt bad, hurt bad, you know.
I have a client. What he was doing. By the way, that's something for Walmart.
Okay.
Right next to the park. Okay? And there was a string of lights running through the park to illuminate the walkway. I guess it's the same feature. He was there with his crew. They were going to do everything. He was on point. The boom goes back into the trees a little bit. You know what I mean?
You gotta be careful, there's so many things, you know, I watch, I've been reading aircraft accidents for decades, it's just interesting. I've got friends that are pilots, and when you read small plane accident reports from the FAA, you see how people get in trouble. You know, it's a cascade of events, but it doesn't happen just. And a lot of it is bravado, I do this, you know. And then I watch, I've done a little bit of rigging, you know, cranes like, so I watch crane fails. And you see these, even in America, you see
One just
decent
tipped
companies.
over someplace, I forget the city, one just,
Probably
it was
they happen,
Chicago, I think.
they happen all the time, I mean.
Yeah.
And, you know, but it can be the ground could be bad. There could be a million things that can happen. Because you get this load out on there, even though you've got your riggers out, you've got your pads under your riggers, the ground could get weak. And you might never know until you have too much load out here. So, I'm aware of things. I'm sitting at 92nd the other morning after a delivery, just breaking daylight. And I know a bit about aviation. So I hear this loud chopper, really loud. Well, that's not like, what the hell is that? And he's just so to look like, and he's behind me, like, you know. So I get out the door and I look over and he's just going over the trees. I go, holy crap, is he low? And I go, so I have flight radar, which is one of the apps for tracking aircraft, and you can load it on your computer. I have it on the phone though, and I pull it up, and sure enough, it's like, oh, okay, let's, so you touch the aircraft, it shows its flight path, came right out of her, okay? It usually pulls up an image of the chopper, or whatever the aircraft is, and it'll give you registration numbers and all that, age of the aircraft, and it's a big Sikorsky sky crane. And I said, oh, well, okay. It was Sunday morning, that he's going to the job site at 7 a.m.
So he was okay.
Oh, yeah, no. And he was, I mean, he seemed lower than I thought, you know, it said 700 feet, that's pretty low. So, I follow his flight path and he goes out over Brooklyn and he circles. And I zoomed, oh, he's at the American Greetings building. He's gonna be lifting some HVAC equipment out there. I just know, cause I've done this, I've actually helped with a few jobs, so, and then he disappeared. I go, oh, he landed, he's off the radar. So we drove over there and I shot video of the whole thing, and I met the company that, Gallagher, I think I've heard of them. They're an East Side HVAC, big HVAC shop. And, they're out in Euclid, and, met the brothers that own it, and they were there shooting pictures. So yeah, this chopper came out of Michigan. Devane is the contractor.
You got it all figured out.
I've done enough things,
You know, they're redoing, I think the Plain Dealer building for somebody who's moving in there. Medicaid, Medicaid, no, not Medicaid.
Medical
Mutual.
Mutual. No, they're moving to American Greetings.
American Greetings.
Yeah, they've been there already. Their name's already on the building. They've been there for a while, but what they're doing is pulling
I just wondered if that would be an opportunity.
that kind of stuff. I can't. You gotta be big players. So in the old American Greetings complex there, there's back behind the main building, the office building, and then there's a garden. Back here, Progressive, putting in a big check. I don't know if it's all from interior, in-house printing.
There's a lot of people that, this cabinet are doing it.
But they're telling me that's interesting that they want that control over that, you know. Yeah, they're a smart organization, so, yeah.
Years ago, 3 of my colleagues and I were brought down from their original place at 30th and Euclid. Sat down with, Lewis, Peter Lewis. And he said,
Casper
"I want you guys
Weinberger.
to take this whole claims department." I went back, I was working at Allstate while we were in law school. And my boss was, there too. And I said, "What do you think, Tom?" That's a bullshit outfit. He says, "We're gonna stay with Allstate because we're gonna really do well." I was out of Allstate, I think, within a year.
Progressive is, yeah, way bigger, I think. They're not the best company to have for insurance, but they're a good company in general, you know.
Progressive?
Yeah. You know,
Well, you know-
I've got friends that have worked there.
The people don't wanna pay the big bucks for like a Sheldon.
Right.
And, who else is, real liberal? I think maybe Liberty to some extent.
Well, I just went with Ears again for my car. and
That
that's
used to
where I-
be a substandard.
Erie has good rates now, really good rates. My buddy got less than me, but as I talked to my other friend who's an agent, he goes, "Oh, you're in that bad category now. You're over 60, so your prices are going up instead of going down." Bastards, you know.
I know.
I have a friend who was one of the top, what's the guys that figure out insurance risk?
Oh, the underwriters.
No, not the underwriting.
Actuaries?
Yes.
I get this
He
bill.
was one of the top actuaries, I can't think for who, in Chicago. He had $1 million car loan that they finally gave it all up to the bank, Columbus. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's got family down there, I mean, Chicago's a heck of a city.
By the way, I heard recently that Geico is backing off on all its advertising. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe, and I know for sure that especially during the COVID period, there were no planes. I, believe me, I talked to my friends and everything, and people were staying home.
Right.
They weren't driving, they weren't doing anything. If they were drinking, they were drinking at home.
So I drive on Live Street, as I drive around at night, you know, I do fires and accident scenes, just like driving. And the city, Cleveland used to be very busy all night, and it's all because properties have changed. You don't have supermarkets open anymore. We don't have a lot of things that people have just.
Yeah, they contracted, they pulled back. I gotta get to my office. Nice talking to you.
Sorry. That was an interesting conversation.
4 weeks, and one son has 2 or 3, and another son has one, you know, they're all there, so they overlap, but they got hit in the head. They have to make a decision whether or not they want the insurance to repay it and fix it, or just take the money and go. I don't know, but it's,
The worst thing about Florida was that there were a lot of those factory-made homes and trailers. And
oh, sure.
They just blew away like they were.
Okay, now, you know, it's a real simple thing, you know, they show you this on TV, this person has one of those double wide mobile homes, you know, and it's beautiful, like kind of stuff, and then they turn the camera just a little bit, and within 25, 30 feet, there's the ocean, you know, and someday that's.
You know what, they do write those things like the jobs. Like
Oh, hey, Drew.
job officer and stuff like that. They sell you these hurricane straps, okay, and it costs like $150, and it's like these strips of metal that go like this, and they're pounded in the stage. And it was a good way to make $150, but it sure as hell like the return of hurricanes.
Now, once again, I saw these little tidbits. There's and I'm gonna say like it's 10 or 12 stories high, and it's condemned. And somebody's already bought it, condemned, it's going to be a tear down, and then they're gonna build a 20-story one, and these are $10 million units.
Maybe.
Huh? Well, I'm sure they don't do it without knowing.
Hey, GS.
The one that collapsed.
Yeah, the one that collapsed. This friend of mine, he lives on the 20th floor, 3 blocks away from me. He knew all the people that were in the homeowners thing and all that stuff. And they hadn't done anything in that place for a while. So when this happened, everyone along that whole thing, and all those high-rise condominiums,
Well,
engineers and all,
are you still here, Phil?
who had asked you for the charge to evaluate the building. To see how much. He said, "You're really big and put-"
That's a column, so I don't know what's in there, if it's steel or lumber. It's wrapped. But it is a building column.
If I'm in one of those foundations, if I'm keeping a baby for my molar,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, whatever it was, it's a hell of a lot different after that one went on. Whatever you're paying for, whatever you're getting is gonna be a hell of a lot different.
Vincent has to make a decision.
Just you demo it.
It's 4 stories.
Oh, it's fully structural, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, the point that you can't go down. Okay, does he usually go down in March? Yeah.
You lost the combination for your safe? Oh.
But it's 4 stories.
Get a saw or hire a locksmith.
4, and his other sons have partial, but they're all, you know, on the same.
Either way, you're gonna need tools.
And they all have to now make a decision whether they're going to take the insurance or get it fixed or stay. Now, in his case, because of his age and all that kind of stuff, he might contribute, take the money and the insurance pay off because it was getting harder and harder for him to carry on to down.
I'll go find another place.
Cut a hole in the back of it or the bottom. Cut a little hole so you can just reach in and open it. If it'll do that. Might not do that. You gotta get a hold of a locksmith or the manufacturer. There's always a way in. Just how much are you willing to destroy or pay to get it done?
Homeowners associations, we do, but ours is different because we don't have the reserve that was elected back in '83. We need an actual reserve, we have 10,000, 15,000. We're at 4,800 a year.
A stethoscope and some skills, yes. You know, is it just one of these big gun safes? Those things are not that great unless they've got a really good lock on them. But maybe see a hypnotist who can get the combination out of your head. Oh, it's an old safe. Might be easier to get into with a stethoscope. Oh, those gun safes are junk, man. They're just glorified storage boxes. I've owned a few safes. I know a good safe or a bad one.
And he's having trouble with him.
It's like a fence, Phil. It's going to slow somebody down. They have to have time to get into it. You know, but those things are easy to cut open. You know.
$10 million.
Coffee? I'll take some of that.
I'm just joking.
Oh, I don't care so much. At this point, it doesn't matter, I don't
Don't
think.
get hyper, you're getting decaf.
Right.
Oh, looks like a funeral parlor.
Yeah, that's a big, that's 3 lots.
3 fences, each with a gate.
Use the other one as a
It just slows people down. That's all you're trying to do. You're not going to stop anybody. My buddy had a gun safe in his house. And he should know better. It was mostly storing stuff in it, stuff that was valuable. Kathy, yeah, and the AM. What did they do? They just dragged the whole safe out of the house. He didn't even have it bolted to the floor.
Typical lawyer already knows he's got to sue somebody. I can't sue him on the first dollar.
Phil is building a moat.
How much? For 4 brakes,
Oh, you did the whole pack? Oh, yeah. I did,
But hey, I got 70,000 miles out of it.
yeah, rotors and test. Look at that. They said they guaranteed the life of the pad, but not the roof.
Fire shop.
I got new rotors.
Got to be creative.
70,000 miles on those brakes, okay? If I get 70,000 miles on the next one,
I got 72. Unbelievable. In the old days, it was what?
There you go. Stop reading so much. I wouldn't mind having a root cellar. I've thought about it.
The guy goes, well, you think you need a line? And I go, well, and I'm at 85 miles an hour. I said, "Park shoes on there." He goes, okay.
No, doesn't feel good. Yeah, I think it's here.
Yeah, it's, take a car in these things.
And like I say, the car, they're making cars so well. You don't like the car.
What do you get on your tires?
Why have new tires? No.
Oh yeah, we get lots of those here. It's either one of two things.
Did you get anything, Ross?
No.
Air,
Haven't cheese omelet. He got what he deserved. One piece of bread. Well, at least the sourdough was.
The hell's that drug that starts with a P? Can't think.
So you thinking about selling in the street yet? Yeah. About 1,500, 1,600.
Oh, it makes you lose your mind. PCP is what I think. Propofol. You lose your mind that way too. No, the drug that makes you tear your clothes off. PCP? Or maybe I got it wrong. I get the wrong drug in my head. Well, there's this new drug that does it also called Flakka, but that's not the one I mean. New synthetic drug that causes crazy behavior. But not PCP. There's another older named drug that does the same thing. But maybe it is PCP that I'm thinking of. But this, yeah, that new one, Flakka.
Custom set the boots and everything like that. Until it's like, you buy it from Amazon, you get what you get.
It's hot. Oh, head hair burning up.
The service is worth any wood. Like I said,
burning up peyote. Peyote's good. That's good to do. I'm not sure if I ever did any. Probably. Mushrooms are legal in the state of Washington. Nope. Zero snow. It's all shuffled off to Buffalo. Did you get that link I sent you, Phil, for that music thing in near Asheville?
Like the Reverend Warnock.
Not in my way.
His ex-wife said it was.
What's happening?
No objective point of view anymore.
This is such a nice tree too, like the tree itself is really nice tree. It's got beautiful lights on it. I like that it goes back and forth between the white and colors. Whatever it is, I don't know what they do. But it's beautiful, Stella. Thank you.
Hey.
Now it's all nice.
Morning. Hey. What do you mean, not after dark? Afraid you won't find your way back?
What are the basis of what?
The funny thing about that whole thing is, that lady, she really is, okay? Yeah, she should have totally recouped herself from that election. I mean, I'm not saying anything happened, but just the visibility of the property.
farewell
She's running
speech.
her election. Yeah, well, and it goes on like 10 days after the election. I mean, she should have
I'm
gotten.
gonna have a bowl of oatmeal and one scrambled egg.
Yeah, that would have been.
Just get some bread and
Don't you want this other hat?
I know. And you can just wrap this sausage up.
Carry like book spread.
I gotta give you that. What?
That carry like book spread. Let's get one visit.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. I'll make sure she knows. Oh, keep.
No, no, no. I think you got to be the center for her town.
What you've done. I think one of the things I asked myself is, what our office will run on 801.
Now that we got our medical form signed, they register in Artica, now they can't kick you off the tour, because we got a doctor that says that you're in adequate condition for the itinerary.
All right, I'm gonna hang up right now.
Like, works for me. He put the same thing on mine, he put 3 years, I was like, okay, that's good.
I wanna watch some nonsense before I leave here.
What was he saying, it doesn't bother me. It's gonna cause me a problem on the trip.
Right.
I totally agree with that. Nothing.
And if there's some times where we're supposed to get in those like rubber pontoon boats and you can't get in, you know, we'll do something else. How do you be flexible?
Morning.
You know what, I look at it this way, we got both your kids.